All right, everyone, let's talk about the Chiefs versus the Jaguars. That was a shock for those of us who still don't know what happened. It was supposed to be a one-way traffic, but the Jaguars were, um, I can tell, Travis Hunter was something else. But let's just highlight what analysts are saying about the game, then I'll give my take.
In my opinion, as I watch that, and again, I think he thinks the play's over. I think he looks up, he sees Trevor Lawrence lying on the ground. If you roll it again, if you sort of, it almost looks like he looks up and goes, oh, okay, he's down, and then he just sort of stops. Now, I don't know if once you've stopped, if you can't start again. Like right there, I think he thinks the play's over.
There's a great thing that's called a whistle, and you can hear it. You don't necessarily have to see it, you can hear it because you play to the echo of the whistle. So if you haven't heard the whistle, you typically finish the play, Greeny. I appreciate your excuses, but absolutely not.
So I'm dead wrong?
Dead wrong. Dead wrong.
If you observe that play, you will understand that every player has someone they are marking. And Chris Jones was the only guy that had the opportunity to close up that zone. Understanding where Lawrence was moving towards, he had the opportunity to stop him from the goal line. That's the reason they actually lost that game. Not the whole reason, but part of the reason they lost the game. As the captain of defense, you are supposed to lead by example. He had the opportunity to close up on Lawrence, but he didn't do that. He was just watching. Imagine if he was in the right place at the right time. It would have been a different story. He was bigger in size.
That's a teaching point for me, a little adversity. I can't think the play is over, you know what I mean? And it's a learning lesson, you know. Thought it was over, thought we had him down, so I kind of stopped, was about to celebrate, and then realized that he wasn't down. And, you know, a teaching lesson for me is don't stop, you know. You know, it's my job not to think. It's my job to finish, and, you know, I'll be better at it.
I'm not going to say it's a recurring issue. I don't think it's going to be a recurring issue. But the Chris Jones thing to me at the end of that game against the Jaguars was, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it where it's like a goal line game winning, game losing situation, and the guy just rushes and then just relaxes. Like, I've never seen anything like that.
I believe the Chiefs are still contenders, but they need to find their rhythm, because when you look at the games that they lost, you understand there is always a fumble, and it's always a little mistake that should have been avoided, but one way or two they couldn't stop that from happening. Travis Kelce fumble and others. You saw the return in the game against the Jaguars. I believe if they can fix these issues, they are still the Chiefs that we knew last season and the last 2 seasons.